So the first thing you want to do is prime your face. I use the Smashbox Photo Finish foundation primer, the pore minimizing one. And I just do this because I want a smooth, even canvas, and I do have pretty big pores right here on my cheeks. Looks really nice up close. From far away you usually can never tell with pores, but once you look up close it makes a big difference. So the first thing you want to start off with is your foundation, and since you are contouring and highlighting, you want to make sure to apply a light layer of foundation. What I like doing, since this is a full coverage look, I mix the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. This is not my shade at all. This is why I mix it. So it is clearly too dark and yellow for me, but this product is very full coverage. And as you can see, I do have like kind of scars and discoloration in my face, and I love just covering all that up. So what I do is I mix a little bit of that with my NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1.5 pumps of the NARS foundation, and I'm just going to take a brush with the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer, take a little bit of that. Oopsie, wow. I'm just gonna mix that on the back of my hand. So I'm just gonna start dabbing it on my troubled spots. So as you can see, it covered up pretty much everything I needed it to cover up, which is why I love the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. So after that, I'm going to begin to apply my highlight and contour. So what I've been using lately for contouring is the RCMA palette, this shade right here. Okay, so if you have a thinner face, like a more structured face, of course you're gonna see your cheekbones more, and all you want to do is contour where your cheekbones fall in, like the hollow of your cheekbones. What I do, if you don't have that problem, all you want to do is like do the fishy face and find where that hollow is and just apply it there. Like you see right here, I would apply it here, but instead I'm just gonna apply a little bit higher than that just to make my contour stand out a bit more. As you can see, I'm applying it a little higher. You don't want to take it too far down because you don't want it to look muddy around your mouth area. And you can always add more as you go, so I just start off with a little bit, and then I'm gonna take some onto my forehead, and I want to make it a little smaller, so, or up here a little smaller. So I'm just gonna bring that down a bit just to make it all look like more in, not out, you know what I mean? So on my jawline, and then right under, if you do it right under your lip right here, it's to give you more of like pouty lips. And then of course the nose, and you want to make sure that you bring it in from your brow bone, like from right here. Not necessarily that you put it there, but that you blend it into there once you start blending. So after that, the highlighting one I'm going to use is actually the Maybelline Master Concealer by Face Studio, and I love this stuff. This concealer is so good. It reminds me of the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, but it is more affordable and it's not as sticky. Just what I'm gonna do now is put it where I want to highlight, and since again I do have more of a bigger face, I don't want to take my highlight too far out, which is why I'm going to concentrate it more in this V area. And then last, under the contour. And on the Cupid's bow. So after you have your face mapped out, you want to go ahead and see, this is my thing. I like blending out the contour first, because then if I bring it too far down or too far out, once I blend in the highlight, it'll just kind of clean it up. And I'm just going to hold it like this, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pat it in and then blend it out, so I don't just blend out the whole thing. And you want to make sure you blend it upwards more than downwards, because you want to bring your cheekbone up, not down. So after I blended out my contour, I'm going to blend out my highlight, and for that I'm just going to be using my beauty blender, and I'm going to apply a little bit of Fix Plus just to kind of set it so it doesn't crease. I'm actually going to take this e.l.f. small stippling brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend out that bottom highlight that we put under the contour, just to kind of clean it up a bit. And then for the inner corners of my eyes, I'm just going to use this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, just to get in those small areas that I don't really want to touch. I'm just going to use this Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush to blend out my nose contour. And to be honest, I don't care much for my nose contour. I just kind of do it to balance it all out, because I'm not saying my nose is perfect, but I just don't care for it too much. So now that you have everything blended out, what you want to do is set it. And to set your highlight, what you want to do is apply a loose powder or just a pressed powder. But how you want to do it is you want to take any powder you have. I'm using the Ben Nye Luxury Powder, the banana powder, onto my beauty blender. And I'm going to apply it right under my eye, right where I applied that highlight. And as you can see, there is visible powder. You just want to let it sit there for a bit, just to kind of set it so you don't just swipe it away really fast. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. In the meantime, I'm just going to finish the rest of my under eye makeup, and then I will be back to show you the rest. Okay, so after we let that just kind of set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my favorite contour palette of all time, which is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two light shades. This is a more pinky shade and this is a more yellow shade. I'm just going to take that on this e.l.f. Blush brush, and I love this brush for setting under my eye. And what I'm going to do is, even though I set my under eye concealer already, I like this powder because it brightens under my eyes, so I'm just going to swipe it off with this powder on my brush. Okay, so now I'm going to take another e.l.f. brush. I love e.l.f. brushes, like face brushes. Another small stipple brush. This is a different one. And I'm going to take this cool tone brown right here. I'm just going to take it on this brush, and with a very light hand, you want to start from the outer to the inner, and I'm just going to move in like swirling motions to not only set the contour, but to define it more. And as I get closer more into my face, I go even with the lighter hand because I don't want it to look muddy here. Now, I wouldn't just reserve this look for a special occasion. That is why I don't go too extreme with the contour. And one thing I forgot to mention is what you can do, if you want, take a more lighter shade for contouring and you can just bronze up your face and then do the line, which is what I'm about to do now. I'm going to take Benefit's Hoola bronzer, which is pretty much gone. I'm going to take it on the Sony Kashuk big stippling brush, don't know the name of it. Just going to take it and just kind of bronze up my face. Once again, it's going to look different on every face type, you know. Some people have slimmer faces, some people have wider faces, just really depends on how strong you want it. Instead of blush, what I like doing is just taking my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in bronze, and I just kind of like swirling around the colors on the same brush that I contoured with. I just kind of go over that a little bit just to give myself an even bronzier glow. So for my real highlight, I'm going to apply Becca's Opal highlight, and I'm just going to use this Sigma tapered highlighting brush. I'm just going to apply this to the high points of my face. I'm going to go apply my lip color and just finish off anything that I need to, and I will be right back.